and the arts enrich this event many-fold. And now, I request I welcome Mr. Satish Chandra Chitrapu to introduce the book Bold Moves That Matter and its author, Mrs. Suryakantam Ravi. Please put your hands together.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to the launch of The Bold Moves That Matter, a truly transformative book that shatters conventional thinking and thinks about career reinvention. In an era of rapid change, the concept of career transformation often feels daunting, but this book offers fresh perspectives by presenting real stories of real people who have gone through this career reinvention and reinvented themselves and defined themselves in a new manner, in a manner that defines all of us. And these are stories of real resilience, breakthrough, framed by groundbreaking model of three archetypes: the evolver, the strategic planner, and the accidental reinventor. It challenges us to consider long-held beliefs, especially the idea that stability equals success. Instead, it introduces the bold, evocative notion of mundane mindset, where the comfortable often becomes the prison of untapped potential. Bold Moves That Matter gracefully intertwines authentic personal narratives with deep psychological insights and practical strategies, empowering readers to undertake their own meaningful transformations. The book unfolds across 6 rich chapters, each dedicated to unpacking critical facets of reinvention, from understanding why change is essential, navigating fears and cultural barriers, to embracing pivotal bold moves that open new professional doors. Each chapter offers reflective pauses, inviting readers to internalize lessons and take actionable steps towards their reinvention journeys. More than a personal guide, this work is a call to collective awakening, showing how storytelling not only shapes individuals, but also shapes individual identities, but has the power to redefine communities. As the first volume of a trilogy, with follow-ups slated for release next year, it beckons us all to join in the conversation about transforming careers and lives in profound, lasting ways. So tonight, as we celebrate this milestone, I encourage you to open your minds and hearts to the possibilities within these pages, and perhaps to find the courage to make your own bold move. Please join me in welcoming the author, Ms. Suryakantam Ravi, of Bold Moves That Matter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome the chief guest, Mr. Professor P.L. Vishweshwar Rao Garu, and the guest of honor, UVL Ananda, who also happens to be my senior at the college, university and all the book contributors, all the guests that are present here, the media personnel, and specifically Mr. Raghu, a very well-known cinematographer who is here with us today. Thank you very much. I will introduce the book to you, and after that we will be proceeding with the book launch ceremony, where we will invite the chief guest of honor, and other contributors onto the stage. Please bear with me for until that time. So here's the thing. I would like you to think like, what if the stories we tell could not just change minds, but also entire communities, right? Because Bold Moves That Matter challenges everything that you thought you knew about career reinvention. This book dives deep into career transformation through real stories and archetypal frameworks, revealing how professionals can turn challenges into meaningful, authentic careers with strategic bold moves. Through this book, I have challenged the old notion, which has been famously documented, that career reinvention is just about switching jobs, and it is more importantly about an employee journey. So when we talk about career reinvention, when we look at books that are there on the internet and everywhere, famously documented, They have been documented for the career reinvention as being the journey of primarily employees, but not necessarily entrepreneurs or any other leaders. Very less documented around that. That's the research I have looked into. And so I challenge this convention through this book. And secondly, Bold Moves That Matter also explores career reinvention from an Asian, Indian and African perspective as well. Because what we see typically the books again, so this is not to belittle those books, but to bring to to bring the focal point about these books, that they have the cultural backdrop which is entirely different from ours, which do not fit into our context completely. So these books so Bold Move That Matters differs significantly from Western frameworks that often clash with our cultural context and are presented as one size fits all solution kind of a thing. And one of the key reasons that many attempts at reinvention fail in our environment is the same thing. Because career reinvention is so much more than this, it is a profound reshaping of our professional identity and purpose that applies equally to employees, entrepreneurs, and leaders across industries. Most provocatively, the book confronts the belief that stability equals success. So this is what I'm talking about in the book as the stability factor, which is like the stereotype expectations that we have in our society as the mundane mindset. And it unveils the mundane mindset, showing how society's celebrated safe path can become a beautifully disguised prison holding us back from true growth. Before I share more about what lies in these pages, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the remarkable individuals who made this book possible. The heart of Bold Moves That Matters beats through the authentic stories of our 10 courageous contributors, Mr. Shashidhar Komaravolu, Mrs. A. Bala Tripurasundari, Mr. Raghu Dutt, Mr. Chakrapani Anumula, Dr. Angamai Monica V, Mr. Vijay Kumar Kura, Mr. Kaushik Chitrapu, Mr. Rahul Bakshi, who is unable to join this event because of some schedule issues, and also Mr. Francis Anthony, who was one of my previous colleagues, though I never worked with him. He resides in the US and he is also unable to make it to this event. So we do miss them, but I do acknowledge, pardon? Ravi Kiran, sorry, I'm very sorry. Mr. Ravi Kiran also is here. So he's also one of the story book contributors. So each of these individuals chose vulnerability over comfort, sharing their real names, real struggles, and real triumphs to light the path for others. So I'm revealing in this book all their names, their contact details also, in the hope that those who are in the path of career reinvention, should they seek some guidance, should they need some guidance, should they seek some advice or something, they should be freely able to contact our book contributors. Their willingness to be seen, to be honest about their failures alongside their successes, transforms this book from a theoretical guide into a living testament of what's possible. Each of these individuals, I thank you once again for being here. And to each of you, I thank you for your courage, your trust, and your belief that your stories could serve as beacons for others navigating through their own reinvention journeys. And also, I thank you very much for trusting me and sharing your stories with me, in the belief that I will carry your story forward in the manner in which you would expect. Thank you very much for that trust and belief. So now I would like to talk about the chapters in this book. This book spans 6 comprehensive chapters, which explore the first one about why we should reinvent our career. So why reinvent your career? This question opens the door to exploring the science of transformation that underpins successful career reinvention. Career reinvention is not merely a response to external circumstances alone, but it is often a deep, complex, internal psychological process. It involves understanding the interplay between intrinsic motivations, such as the desire for purpose, autonomy, and growth, and extrinsic factors like evolving job markets and technological change. This section also introduces readers to the foundational principles of transformational science, explaining how change triggers neurological and emotional shifts that enable new learning and adaptation. By grasping these scientific insights, individuals can better navigate the challenges of reinvention with resilience and intentionality. The process invites them to unlearn old habits, embrace uncertainty, and continuously evolve, making reinvention a lifelong journey rather than a one-time event. The second chapter is about career reinvention as a mindset. So this is the core of the entire book, career reinvention as a mindset. The next one being about the framework itself. So career reinvention is deeply tied to mindset. These are not just personality types. With three key archetypes emerging over 2 decades of study, the evolver, the strategic planner, and the accidental reinventor. The evolver thrives on continuous learning and natural growth, driven by curiosity. The strategic planner takes a deliberate methodological approach, balancing vision with careful preparation. The accidental reinventor adapts quickly to unexpected opportunities with resilience. Understanding which archetype or combination of archetypes reflects your natural tendencies helps navigate reinvention confidently and intentionally, empowering authentic transformation. So this is the key of the core of this book. And the next one is also about connection between comfort and growth. So this chapter, third chapter, it's based on bold moves that matter. It talks about bridging comfort and growth, which requires courage to move beyond the safety of the familiar or mundane mindset. Typically what we talk about as coming out of our comfort zone, right? And this book shows readers how to embrace discomfort as a catalyst for change. Instead of fearing discomfort, how we can actually navigate step-by-step approach is what is written in this chapter. And to adopt bold, intentional steps and cultivate resilience. It emphasizes the importance of balancing appreciation for security with the challenge of overcoming fear and inertia to achieve meaningful in reinvention and lasting growth. The next chapter is about overcoming fear, cultural barriers, and stress. I'm specifically talking about this chapter also in the book because from what I have researched also is that most often this part is not typically part of the career reinvention journey in many books. So I felt that there is a need to actually address it because when we talk about career reinvention, what typically happens is it is a huge change for the individual itself, and whether it's their family, their environment, their colleagues or their friends, they face a lot of challenges from this environment around them. And then that is the first, probably the obstacle which the career reinventor needs to overcome. Right, so I talk about this also, the book talks about this, and the book guides readers to shift their mindset, how to shift their mindset, reflect deeply, and adopt practical strategies to turn resistance into momentum. It also emphasizes the power of supportive communities and inspirational stories to make bold reinvention possible and meaningful. I would like to specifically thank Mr. Prasad Thutupalli, CEO of IntelliZine, who shared valuable insights on the importance of cultural backdrop in career reinvention. So this chapter, for this chapter, he had given me specific insights and shared inputs also, which I have considered. And the next chapter, the fifth one, is about bold moves as hinges. So bold moves are described as pivotal hinges, critical moments that unlock new paths and possibilities. These moments arise through deep reflective inquiry, helping individuals to gain clarity about their true aspirations and challenges. Paired with practical, intentional action, these bold moves transform hesitation into momentum, enabling meaningful career shifts and personal growth. Such moves serve as bridges between where one is and where one can go, opening doors to new opportunities and authentic reinvention. The last but not the least, if we can call mindset archetypes as the heart of the book, then I would say probably this is the liver of the book, right? Maybe it's not a great analogy, but somehow I liked it, so I'm just mentioning it to you. So this is about living the archetypes. This is the most important chapter, another most important chapter in the book, where the stories of all the career reinventors are shared here. These stories showcase how individuals transformed significant challenges into purposeful actions, embodying the evolver, the strategic planner, and the accidental reinventor mindsets. By living these archetypes, they provide practical insights and inspiration, demonstrating that reinvention is achievable with courage, clarity, and strategic boldness. Their experiences serve as powerful examples of turning adversity into meaningful career and life transformation. Another aspect of this book is that each chapter, at the end of each chapter, there is a pause and reflect section with questions that guide readers to personalize their insights and prepare for intentional change, making this not just a book to read, but a journey to experience. Stories have always fascinated me. I believe that real life stories carry lessons that linger. Writing this book revealed to me that stories aren't just for reading, they are tools of hope and transformation, and this is what I am also thinking that Bold Moves That Matter will do. While Bold Moves That Matter explores how stories shape us individually, it also asks, what if storytelling could reshape whole communities? Because storytelling isn't just entertainment, it is about identity, it is about memory, and it is about limitless possibility. This is just the beginning. Bold Moves That Matter is the first book in a trilogy on career reinvention with 2 volumes coming up. The next volume tentatively slated for Q1 2026 and the third volume slated for Q2 2026. So your reinvention journey doesn't need to wait for anyone's permission or validation or perfect clarity. It begins just with one bold move. The question is, will you make it yours today? Because bold moves always matter. Thank you very much. I now ask Ravi to take it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Suryakantam Ravi, for that wonderful, inspiring book. So, to take this forward, now I welcome Mr. Rakesh Avanuri, the Foundation of English Therapy, a live online platform dedicated to communication and personality development. From starting his career as a software engineer to becoming a passionate communication skills mentor, Rakesh has transformed his journey into an inspiring mission. With his unique neuropsychology-based techniques, he has helped countless students and professionals gain confidence, fluency, and winning personality. Today, he continues to guide people in reinventing themselves through the power of communication. Help me welcome Mr. Rakesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to celebrate the launch of Bold Moves That Matter, it is my honor to introduce the 10 remarkable contributors whose inspiring stories, expertise, and commitment bring this book to life. Each one of these leaders embodies the spirit of transformation, innovation, and purposeful action that the book encourages. Please allow me to introduce them to you. First, Mr. Shashidhar Komravolu, co-founder of IRA Healthcare. He pioneers innovative home-based healthcare services, specializing in elder care, advanced nursing, and dementia support. Mr. Komravolu is passionate about creating personalized care that enhance dignity and accessibility for seniors and individuals with complex needs. Let's invite Shashidhar. Thank you.
Good evening all. Namaskaram andarki. Na peru Shashidhar. I don't know, we have a very small story, but I hope it was a way of telling it because it has such a large impact. We work with elders. The journey for us started along with my wife, Bala, when one elderly gentleman, out of our own experience and struggle, there was one elderly gentleman who asked me a question. మా ఆవిడ చనిపోతోంది, చావు ఎలా ఉంటుంది నాకు తెలీదు, కానీ ఈ చావుకి అర్థం ఉండాలి. ఆవిడకో జబ్బు ఉంది, ఆవిడ పోతుంది, కానీ ఆవిడ ఎంత కష్టాల్లో పోతుందో నాకు తెలియదు. ప్లీజ్ హెల్ప్ మీ. At that time, we had no idea how to help a person in end of life. It's a very difficult journey. But in the last 20 years of our journey, 1 lakh patients, every year a few thousands of deaths, we have probably achieved a part of our journey of trying to make it honorable, dignified, peaceful, to the satisfaction of every stakeholder in the journey that we are associated with. Thank you so much.
Thank you for very vibrant and motivating speech, Mr. Shashi Garu. Next, I would like to invite Mrs. A. Bala Tripura Sundari, co-founder of Alzheimer's and Related Disorders Society of India, Deccan Chapter and Healthcare Services. She is a dedicated dementia advocate who has worked closely with healthcare professionals to improve access and practical support for people affected by dementia and their families, building community awareness and sustainable support systems with compassion at the core. And now I would like to invite.
Good evening, Alberti. So I think the story is already covered by my friend here and my husband there. But yes, we have started this journey way back in 2000 and, okay, the story starts in late 19s when my dad was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, and every step was a bold move, or it was a different story altogether. Every day was different, every hour was different. So whatever little learnings that we had, with the support of my husband here and my family members, we started the Alzheimer's Association in Hyderabad, and as he said rightly, we have been supporting pan-India clientele who would reach out to us because of our phone numbers, and we connect them to the local resources across India as well as abroad also, because these days children are away and the parents are staying in some other corner. Just to add here a little story, last week I got a call from Kolkata saying that my mother is unwell, so can you please connect me to someone there in Kolkata, and we could give them the references of the local resources that were available in Kolkata, thankfully, and the family has gotten back to us with a thank you note. So small things matter a lot because it will relieve a lot of stress in the families. Caregiving is definitely a burnout journey for any one of us. So in case you need any help or support for elders with these kind of conditions or early onset dementias which are increasing globally these days, we are now getting clientele who are in their late 40s because of the lifestyle. So I request all the participants here to be healthy, stay happy, and in case you need any help or support, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or Shashi, Alzheimer's Association or IRA Healthcare Services. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for the very realistic message. We are also privileged to have Mr. Raghudat, a serial entrepreneur and a social reformer, transforming rejection and stigma into drivers for inclusive innovation and empowerment. His leadership focuses on real-world impact over profit, from training elite athletes in mental resilience to founding startups in assistive technology. Mr. Dutt champions practical, solution-driven approach. Now I would like to invite Raghu to give the speech.
Andarki Namaskaram. Thank you so much, Surya, for having my story a part of the Light publishers over here and the contributors. Probably you're the first one who actually did not ask what is disability, because I've been a part of the so-called conversations where I only want December 3rd to be celebrated, but you're the first one in my life who said, let's celebrate the other 364 days, excluding December 3rd. Yeah, so that was the reason why when Mr. Shashi and Bala suggested my name, I felt more comfort of sharing my story honestly, as authentic as I could ever be. And the part of me always says, why should I share my story to somebody else when they don't give a damn about me? But then I realized, now it's not about how many who would really get inspired or learn, but it's all about whether I can contribute to the community or not. So the startup is all about the reality check. As you know, I have a bunch of good friends who've been supporting me, and I still remember one of my interns sharing this, that the startup here is not to sell the product. We are here to sell the culture. And the assistive technology startup, we are here to make sure the inclusivity and accessibility for persons with disability and elderly is actually spoken understood and implemented alongside so-called business metrics. So we are of course here for social impact. At the same time, don't just give that inspiration upon that we are only here to inspire. We are actually here paying our taxes also, which means we also earn. And what your book did with me personally is I've earned self-respect that I could contribute something that I'd never thought of. So I don't know what this book would give to others, but it has actually given me a new perception of my own life. So thank you for giving me a scope to reinvent what Raghu is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghu, for a very great message. Now I would like to invite our chief guest, Professor P.L. Vishweshwar Rao, to take the seat on the dais. Let's put hands together. And also, we are welcoming our guest of honor, Mrs. UVL Ananda, onto the stage. And now I would also like to invite all the 10 contributors. The first one, Shashidhar Kumravolu, onto the stage. And I would like to invite next Mrs. A. Bala Tripura Sundari onto the stage. Mr. Raghudat. Mr. Kaushik Chitrapu. Put your hands together to welcome them onto the stage. Dr. Angamai Monica V. onto the stage. And next, I would like to invite Mr. Vijay Kumar Kurra onto the stage. And next, introducing Mr. Ravi Kumar onto the stage, Ravi Kiran. And next, Chakrapani Anamula. Now we present them in welcoming by giving the plants by our gift.
So now I request our chief guest, Professor P.L. Visveshwar Rao, and honored dignitaries to unlock the book, The Bold Moves That Matter. Put your hands together. I request everyone to show off the book. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Though first and foremost, a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Professor P.L. Visveshwar Rao. Professor Rao is a highly respected member of the Education Commission in Telangana, whose insights significantly contribute to shaping the future of education in the region. He has served with distinction as the principal and dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Usmania University, and his academic journey includes the prestigious Fulbright Fellowship at Boston University in the USA. His deep commitment to academic excellence and educational development makes his presence here today particularly meaningful as we launch a book centered on bold transformational moves. We also have the privilege of welcoming our guest of honor, Mrs. UVL Ananda. Mrs. Ananda is the head of Corporate Communications and Public Affairs for East-West Seed and Director of the East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer Foundation. She is also an acclaimed author of the Green Elegance series and The Secret of the Poisoned Garden. Beyond her very impressive professional achievements, Mrs. Ananda is a multifaceted artist, a Bharatanatyam dancer, a Carnatic vocalist, and a practitioner of Ikebana, the Japanese art of flower arrangement. Her diverse talents and prolific contributions to literature and the arts that truly enrich our gathering. So I would now to request Mrs. Professor P.L. Visveshwar Rao to give his valuable word.
Well, I'm a conventional old-time teacher. I started off teaching with a chalk piece and a duster way back in 1975, so I feel comfortable here. Well, I'm happy that Suryakantam Ravi, she met me perhaps about 4 or 5 days ago, and then she came to my office and she said, she's launching a book. I should come and participate in this meeting. I'm very delighted to be here this evening, to be among, many people, some of them I know, and there are, many people who have made contribution in various walks of life. I'm happy when you look at, I sort of navigated through the book, if I may use that word, the last, 15 or 20 minutes. It's an excellent book. Excellent because we are the book talks about real life stories who are role models themselves. In a way, when you start any kind of a startup or innovation, or when you get into areas like old age, dementia, and other kinds of issues, it's very, very important that we need to have an understanding about the various kinds of sectors which are available today in this world. A lot of young people going to colleges and universities only think about conventional occupations or conventional vocations. That happens because unfortunately the nature of teaching which is going on in universities and colleges is rather dismal. When you talk about India, the whole world is looking to India for talent and human capital. There's no country in the world which has got that kind of a human capital. Very, very young population. 50% of our population is below 30. We are a population of 140 crores, 1,400 million population. Unfortunately, all of us are looking to the west. That's a nation of immigrants, nation of just about 330 million population, little over 3 crores. UK is just a population of 50 million. Canada is a population of just about 35 million. And Australia 25 million. And we are producing 25 million children every year in this country. I'm not looking at negatively. I'm looking at it positively. The kind of a human capital which is available. If only all this entire human capital is trained, go to good colleges, schools and universities, access to education, will be a knowledge power, will be a superpower. The whole world will have to look to India. With limited kind of a human capital we have, leading corporates today, whether it is Google or Microsoft or World Bank or IMF, or for that matter look Intel or NASA, the biggest space research lab in the world, 40% of the workforce are Indians. If only all our children get access to good schools or good universities like IITs, IIMs, or good engineering colleges, etc., which is not there in this country. With all the efforts which you have made in the last 75 years, with several kinds of commissions and all that, only about 30% of them are in colleges and universities. 70% of them, after 75 years of democracy, they don't have access to schools and colleges. And the latest report of NASSCOM, unfortunately, says that the kind of students who are passing out from colleges and universities, only 6% of them are employable. They have the skills, employability skills. And 94% of them do not have the kind of skills which are required. And this book talks about how to go about developing those skills. And many of them contributed here. They themselves are role models. There are several books which are written about motivation, inspiration. There are several professors who write books about how to develop skills, etc., which are required in a modern world. But they are theoretical in framework. When I looked at this book, it's not theoretical in framework, it is practical and realistic. That is what is important. That is the significance of this book. When you read the people who have contributed, they are visible here, they are here, they are physically present, and then when you read, then it is easy to implement them. They are talking with practical knowledge. They are talking about innovative fields, new areas. We talk about startups. And then the kind of startups these people have talked about in the book are new startups. That is what is important. The key word today in the world is innovation. Innovation in terms of thinking, out of box thinking, innovation in terms of technology, Technology is not changing by the day. Technology is changing by the hour. You know, we are talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT has become now outdated. Now we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence. That's going to overtake all our lives. That's going to influence our mindset. The book talks about, the mindset. I think what is important is, in these kind of conversations, how do we go about, it's easy to talk about mindset. People are not changing their mindset. Attitudes are not changing. It's very easy to talk about change of attitude, but it's difficult to change attitudes. All of us have got an upbringing, our own social background, our own school background, our own domestic environment, our family environment, and we don't change. Look at our attitude towards, intercaste marriages, or interreligious marriages, interfaith marriages. If my daughter comes and tells me I'm marrying someone outside, the religion, I will have a minor heart attack. With all my background and education. Right, attitude don't change. So it is very, very important in that kind of a context, this book highlights. I've used the word, the context. Context is very, very important. This book talks about, to understand where are we working, in what kind of an environment we are working, what kind of a context we are working, what kind of a people we are working, what is their perception, what is their attitude, what kind of a skills they have, what kind of a motivation levels they have. Very, very important to get to know that perspective, very, very important to get to know that understanding. That's where the book again becomes very significant, because it's talking about bold moves matter. It's not a question of just moving from one situation to another situation, one job to another job. What kind of a move are you making? Are you making a bold move? Is my initiative the right kind of a move? So that is where this book again becomes remarkable for young people. And today, young people are at crossroads. Simply because they are passing out from colleges and universities does not mean what we are teaching in the classroom and the outside world is altogether different. That reality is important. Understanding of that reality is important. That is where, in addition to bold, you need to be courageous. You have to take courageous decisions. Several people who have been successful in life, all of them have taken risk in life. Take any kind of an example of any kind of a person who brought about change, social reform, change, our industry. All of them, look at a big corporate like Infosys, Narayan Murthy, came out with a good degree, with an MTech degree from one of the IITs. He didn't know what to do. Just met in a small room, 10 by 10, in Mumbai. At that time, they wanted to just have 10,000 rupees to start their industry. They didn't have that 10,000. Narayan Murthy went and told Sudha Murthy that we need 10,000. His wife said, I'll mortgage my jewelry and give it to you. And that's how the corporates started. Today is one of the leading corporates. There are several examples. We can go about giving. Many of them are school dropouts, made very, very successful. Elon Musk, who we are talking about, is giving a lot of headache to Trump today. He didn't have any kind of a background, but then, Elon Musk is Elon Musk in terms of running a corporate. I can go on giving some. That's where I think it's important that we need to have courage. We need to have vision. I'm one of those people who believe strongly paths are not made. Paths are created. And all of us, young people, we need to create, that kind of a path. If you're already looking for a beaten track, beaten path, we will not be in a position to move forward in a modern world, in 21st century. Opportunities are innumerable today. Look at this country, opportunities are there. Many of us can get into slum development. development of women. Many of them perhaps can look at. I was in Delhi about a week ago. There are several women who are running, people who have abusive lives. People who are facing issues concerning dowry or any other kind of an issue. Domestic violence. There are about 5 NGOs working. I just visited 5 of them. All of them are doing very well. So many people are coming to them. Some of them are being supported by the government and other kinds of agencies. So we need to identify, what kind of an area, that is where it is very, very important. All of us have knowledge. All of us perhaps, have information or awareness. But how do we go about using that knowledge? Application is very, very important. How do we go about applying them becomes important. That is where this book again becomes very important. What do we learn from here? Learning, and then how do we go about practicing? That's important. Not only knowledge, we need to have how do we go about making use of that knowledge for practical implementation. And she has used the word stereotypes. All of us think about stereotypes, images, stereotype jobs. All the parents want their children to become engineers or doctors. And I see several of them for the last 30, 40 years of my teaching. Every year into my class, I get 4 or 5 students who passed out from good engineering colleges. They come and say that we are not interested in engineering. I'm interested in poetry. I'm interested in writing. I want to get into the media. Right now, I have 2 students, they have completed their medicine. There's one boy, who has completed MD in radiology. And he's doing now mass communication. I asked him, why have you come here? He said, well, this is a creative field. So look at, the way, the kind of stereotypes, parents have. All of us do it. I've also done it. I said, the only course, you should get into is medicine or engineering. Or maybe as a compromise, I will say management studies. No one wants to study environment. No one wants to study, conventional subjects like chemistry or botany or zoology. No one wants to study subjects like, political science, economics, public policy. If there is any country in the world which is very, very important, India is the country which we need to study these kind of subjects in history, geography, political science, economics, psychology, counseling. I was talking to a professor who came recently from Ireland. I said, what is the most popular subject in your country? He said, psychology. Several of our students are committing suicide, depression. Yeah? They're going to schools and colleges. In Rajasthan, there's one place called Kota where thousands of people go there and study, also commit suicide. There are good universities like University of Hyderabad, IITs, students are committing suicide because they're not interested in studying those courses. And we push them. And we need to have counselors in this country. We need to have psychologists in this country. The other day, a professor came from France. I said, what is the most popular subject in France? He said, geography. We don't study. We talk about culture every day. We talk about history every day. We talk about tradition every day. But we don't talk about culture and history. Ancient Indian history or modern history, we don't. There are no opportunities available. So it's very, very important. That's where I'm happy that she talked about stereotypes. We don't have to have those kind of stereotypes. Lastly, I think it's important that we need to perform. Only when you perform very well. Performance would mean, I keep giving the formula to my students. I said, what is important? How do we go about becoming successful? All of us need to do homework. I spent about 15, 20 minutes before I came here and what should I speak? Because this is a different kind of a occasion. Homework is important. All of us need to prepare before we go for a lecture or presentation or appearing for an interview. And take, anywhere in the world, no one has become successful without hard work. No one. I can't think of giving one example someone has become successful without hard work. Take from freedom movement to, or film industry to cricket. No one can say, well, Virat Kohli cannot say, well, I've achieved everything in life. Tendulkar perhaps, didn't say. He used to take a bus early morning at 4 a.m. to go to a playground. Put in enormous amount of hard work and consistency. And today we talk about God of cricket, or Amitabh Bachchan for that matter, or anyone you take in any field. They have not achieved without hard work. Mahatma Gandhi. 100 years ago. So that is what is important, hard work. And then, smart work. Human mind is much more powerful than the computer. You have a mobile, you have to press a button. Computer, you have to press a button. God has given us a very powerful button. We don't have to press a button, it works. You can store knowledge, information, retrieve information whenever you want. Look at the power of the mind. And that the power of the mind needs to be trained, particularly in schools and colleges and universities. That's such a powerful mind. Artificial intelligence is nothing before this powerful mind. So it's important then, I said homework, hard work, smart work, and network. In a modern world, we need to do network. Where are the opportunities available? Who can fund me? Who are my friends who can collaborate with me? What's their background? Is there something which has been launched, the area which I'm thinking about? Then you will be in a position to perhaps borrow from that model or replicate that model. Networking is important. And innumerable kinds of opportunities which are available. Technology is there today. When we grew up in colleges, and we didn't have technology, we didn't have access to any technology, we didn't have a computer, we just barely a typewriter. So finally, I think it's important that there are several areas which you can go about looking at. And then, as I've said, because we have got a wonderful human capital in this country, this human capital needs to be trained. They need to be innovative. They must get into innovation. Then we must look for opportunities. Life is very, very complex. India is a complex country. And that's why, unfortunately, many of them are running away from here. But there's no country in the world which can provide the kind of opportunities which this country can provide. Non-resident Indians are no longer non-resident Indians. They have become non-returning Indians. They should come back. There are opportunities here. In the kind of a context which is happening, the kind of, racism which is going on in the rest of the world. And I think, they should come back and they'll be in a position to do. I thank all of you for coming. This is a wonderful book. And I hope, this book should be available in any school, college and university so that, young people will have to read, learn from.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and the knowledge you have shared. So now we also have the privilege of welcoming our guest of honor, Mrs. UVL Ananda. Mrs. Ananda is the head of corporate communications and public affairs for East-West Seed and director of the East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer Foundation. She is also an acclaimed author of the Green Allegiance series and The Secret of the Poisoned Garden. Beyond her impressive professional achievements, Mrs. Ananda is a multifaceted artist, a Bharatanatyam dancer, a Carnatic vocalist, and a practitioner of Ikebana, the Japanese art of flower arrangement. Her diverse talents and prolific contributions to literature and the arts truly enrich our gathering. And now I welcome Mrs. UVL Ananda to give her valuable words. Put your hands together.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. First of all, my greetings to my professor, P.L. Vishweshwarao Garu, and the illustrious friends who we have, colleagues who have graced this dais, who stand as beacons of inspiration, who are all captured beautifully by my dear junior and friend, Suryakantam Ravi. And in a true journalistic fashion, we were students of journalism. She has captured it beautifully, I'm sure, in this beautiful book called Bold Moves That Matter. First of all, the title itself evokes so many emotions in you. Courage is about finding your own spirit and being able to achieve what seemed so impossible. And I think each and every story, I've heard one story from Mrs. Bala Tipusundari Garu and also from Shashidhar Garu about the beautiful mission of trying to help dementia in elderly patients. And I myself, we had, of course, elders we have always had at home. My mother-in-law passed away. When she was 92. Of course, she did not have any dementia. But I'm just saying that it's such a challenge. And in these days, and in these circumstances that we exist today, finding the purpose of what can inspire us and what we can do with our abilities is the most fundamental thing that we need to discover within ourselves. Today, when we live in a very fast-paced system which encourages us to completely be very career-oriented, like Professor himself has explained, the family pressures, the cultural, the social pressures that we are subjected to, we don't look beyond our academic streams, beyond what we can do, what are the abilities that lie within us. We are not even aware of those because we have no chance to, just get out of the system, get out of this matrix and then, explore those abilities within us. So maybe this is the time, and I'd like to say in this context that my own life and my husband's life, we both are the ones who made these bold moves. I worked as a journalist in Times of India for 6 years. I studied journalism, and I went into the stream of journalism. And after my father was an agricultural scientist, and I had studied science, and I somehow found this way out into agriculture where I found my higher purpose. And I decided, despite of all the attractions of different streams, I found my meaningful journey here in agriculture industry. In the last 20 years, I worked in various functions, in various streams, and now I'm very proud to call myself an advocate for agriculture, for women in agriculture. We work with marginalized communities. We work for the empowerment of the farmer. And today it's more than, yesterday at night I was in Delhi speaking about this topic, about how we need to bring young people into agriculture because we are forgetting about this beautiful stream that exists. And we don't no longer look at agriculture as not even a career choice for some reason. It is an industry that can offer you wonderful benefits just like any other stream. And agriculture, thankfully, post-COVID has changed so much, transformed so much. We have aggregators, we have agro stars of the world, which are like Amazon, in agriculture. You have an aggregator where you can sell your tractors, your seeds, your inputs, your pesticides, everything online. And this can be delivered directly to the farmer. This was not something which we imagined, before COVID. And post-COVID, you have seen so many young people coming into agriculture. So we need the skills, varied skills to come into this and make it a stream. So this is where we need to look at that purpose which you want to be associated with. I tell the young people, my husband trained as an MBBS doctor, but he chose to give it all up because he wanted to be an illustrator, an artist, and he runs a branding firm. So we both are real symbols of transformation, if I may say so. And that is exactly how the world is coming out. And in this current scenario with so much of geopolitical pressures, we have so much of these discussions about, we are in the middle of everything that shouldn't be happening to us and is happening to us. It's time we find our feet, we find our purpose, and that is central to our, creating our own destiny. So we have wonderful opportunities here within India itself. We don't need to look at other countries. I work for a multinational, and I can tell you that we are way ahead in our abilities, in our education, in the way we can solve problems. We are good problem solvers. Indians are good problem solvers, and I can tell you that is one ability which helps us think on our feet. Compared to any of the colleagues, I'm sure Suryakantam, Ravi will agree with me, anywhere in the world, no one can think with the, with the briskness of mind that the way we think. So that's already a wonderful thing. So we should look inwards now, we should look how we can contribute to our own country in making our own abilities more relevant in these times. And I hope all these wonderful career moves that all these wonderful inspired individuals have done are great beacons, great lessons for us to know that we can live with dignity, we can, help other humans, because that is exactly what we need. Otherwise, we are too much, living in this very capitalistic, very materialistic kind of a life driven by our, weekends and malls and, everything that we are looking for today is extremely transitory. So we need to look for that purpose, and it's a wonderful book. I hope that catalyzes that thought in all the young people and the people who read it. And I'm not just saying about young people. People are people with abilities, people with, immense internal courage and energy and power to make a difference to the world. Professor talked about Gandhiji. Today I was just showing this wonderful film, Gandhiji, to my daughter today in the afternoon. So individuals who have risen about everything and who never thought they could contribute have, are all wonderful, examples of what they could achieve, and they're all in front of us if we read our history and our own Indian history. I'm not talking about other countries. Let us be more Indian. Let us look at all the opportunities around us, inside us, and see how we can, contribute more and more to our own diversity, inclusion issues, empowerment of women, helping marginalized communities, helping people, especially able people, how to bring them into the fore. And these are all the things that can become meaningful career choices for us going forward. So thank you for this opportunity, for being here, and I'm so, so blessed to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful inspiration about reinventing our purpose and empowering our lives. Thank you. To continue this momentous occasion, it is with great pleasure that I now invite our very first esteemed customer of the paperback edition of Bold Moves That Matter, Mr. Venkataramana Kaja, to the stage. Help me welcome Mr. Venkataramana Kaja. Mr. Kaja, we warmly welcome you to the inaugural reader to embrace the insights and inspirations within these pages. Kindly graces you officially purchase the book from the author, Mrs. Suryakantam Ravi, symbolizing the beginning of this book's journey into the hands and hearts of readers beyond this event.
So good evening and thank you to Mr. Venkatramana Kaza. He was also my supervisor in the past, and I literally, sort of, probably I compelled him to buy the book. Maybe in a way, is that right?
I mean, the title itself is very catchy. I mean, I like, for me, writing a book itself is a big, bold move. So I really appreciate that you have written this book. I'm really eager to read this. So.
Thank you very much. So here's my So thank you very much, Mr. Kaza. And let me give you the book. Take the book and
Thank you, sir. So to take this forward, I now invite Mr. Rakesh to move this forward.
Now let's continue with our contributor speeches. Next, we have Mr. Kaushik Chitrapu, an entrepreneur and community builder specializing in startup ecosystem innovation, founder of Incubase, the only OTT platform exclusively for startup globally. He is celebrated for adaptive leadership and enabling collaboration among founders, investors, and creators. Incubase was listed in Forbes 2024 under 400 DGEMS. Thank you. Let's end.
Thank you so much. Hello all. First of all, thank you so much. This is kind of very, very exciting time for me to see myself in front of so many dignitaries, in front of so many people, which in fact I'm really thankful to Surya Garu. It almost took more than 2-3 weeks for me to come back and say yes. When she said, she's been following my LinkedIn, she appreciated my work, but I was not sure if this is something that I'm really worth of back then. But somewhere, I met a couple of my friends. I told them, this is an opportunity that somebody asked. They said, dude, it is what it is, right? Somewhere we have to also understand, that we can take a step back, look at what we have done. And then probably, as Raghu said, I also started appreciating, myself, that when I look back, I've taken so many bold steps. Right? In fact, I've taken a lot of steps which probably looked like bold steps to a lot of others as such. But yeah, thanks so much for that. I also thank my parents, for all the support. In fact, my landlords, who is also like my family, have come all the way only to bless me. Thank you so much. To summarize, I think, see what really worked for me, there are a lot of, hundreds and hundreds of instances where I questioned myself, and the only thought that pushed, or there are two thoughts that actually pushed me always, right? One is I heard it when I was very young that 99% of the people are bound to situations. Only 1% of the people will create their own situations. I think this is something that always stayed with me, very close to me. And the second thought, I think, that really made me take bold steps is, at the end of the day, this is one life, right? How much ever we can do, we just have to push ourselves and do whatever it takes. At least, it depends on people how they look at it. But then end of the day, it is important for you to understand what is something that you really want to do. And for me, I always tried converting my pain as my purpose. Because, whenever I felt pain, right, a lot of areas, I always try to understand if this is something that also resonates with a lot of other people. If yes, then it is worth solving. End of the day, what we can create is a platform. See, we need a lot of platforms. There are a lot of stories, right? No, Bold Moves That Matter is one such platform for somebody like me to put out my story. But then everybody has story, and we need more and more platforms for a lot of such people to come forward, and for a lot of people to discover such stories. So we need more discoverable platforms. I guess, and that is where my current startup, which is my 5th startup, called Incubes OTT, which is world's first OTT platform around startup ecosystem. My purpose was to create a reference point for somebody who wants to get into similar line of thought, similar innovations, similar industries, similar segments, but nobody has a reference in terms of what are the challenges that others are facing in the same line, right? If we can put that out, probably a lot of failure can be cut down, because these are the devils that probably everybody will come across. But how do I know if somebody else is facing these sort of challenges as devils or not, right? So I thought of putting that out, and that probably helped. In fact, I'm proud to say that we have impacted a lot of people. We got a lot. We usually get a lot of messages to our LinkedIn saying, we wanted to do a startup, but looking at so and so stories on your platform, we understood we are still not ready. So we are happy that we at least stopped somebody from failing by making them understand probably this is where they stand. And these sort of things which I never had back then, right? When I tried, I struggled a lot. I figured out a lot. Every time one question that comes to my mind is there anything lower than this? If no, then there is only ways up, because I believe life is like a sine wave. What goes down will come up, and what comes up will automatically go down, right? So that's where we started creating and we started impacting lives, and there is so much that we are still doing on the platform. There is so much for us to discover ourselves. In fact, if Surya Garu comes to me after 5 years and says that she wants to write a book, I can give altogether different chapters about me, because I'm still learning, I'm still discovering. But one thing I promise is I'll try to make it more meaningful, not only for me, but also for a lot of others. I think, and that's a motivation that, this book also gave me, that, somebody like you recognizing us, giving a platform, definitely is a great thing. Thank you so much. Thanks once again, everybody. I'll rather give to somebody else. Yes. Thank you again. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Karthik, for an inspirational story. Now we also welcome Dr. Angamai Monica V., founder of Ebullient Career Counseling, a global career and leadership coach, best-selling author, and advocate for resilience through life's transitions. Dr. Monica empowers professionals, especially women and youth, helping them embrace reinvention, clarity, and purpose to lead with impact. Now I welcome to Monica to give her speech.
Thank you so much. Hi, my dear friends. I'm Dr. Angamai Monica. So mine is a very normal kind of a story, or normal person story. Homemaker turned to a global coach. So the reason I wanted to share it, any normal person can do it. That is my agenda. And the only condition what I had when I restarted my career, Monica, you need to stick at home and do whatever possible on earth you can do it. So fast forward 7 years, I have my counseling firm, I have my coaching firm, I have counseled and coached 3,000 plus people. I have personally mentored 350 women, and I have clients across 30 plus countries. And I'm a World Woman Icon Award winner, Times Square feature, best-selling author. So this is even though you have limitation, you still have some way you can find it out and do it. But that's not the end, but now I'm on the international collaboration. So that was the first half, that you need to stay at home. And I'm a mom of 2. So people in India feel after 30, aap bachon ki maa ban gaye ho, yours is top. You really don't have any aspiration. But what I felt I do have aspirations, and I really want to achieve them. And I took it up. So when I'm one of the international coaches featured in a US firm as top executive career coach, ICF member, and in a very every platform I have been the first Indian and Indian woman to be featured. So I just didn't break the wall. I actually broke the wall and created a door so that everyone else can come. And this story really connects with everyone. Yeah, ठीक है यार, ये normal है. इसमें खास बात क्या है, right? So if she can do it, why can't we? So that is my only intention. And really privileged to share this space with such wonderful people. So they look ordinary, but these guys have created extraordinary. So I really want everyone to achieve. एक जिंदगी यार जी भर के जीना चाहिए. भले ही माँ हो, बेटी हो, बहू हो, but whenever you feel right, you are doing right, and it's of your like connecting with your values and principles, you still have. I have earned the respect and love and affection just by sitting at home. Right? But I have put in like a lot of efforts, like 16 to 18 hours of hard work, like for a couple of years, but it really pays. So don't feel yaar koi Shah Rukh Khan aayega aur bachayega. What I usually felt in the early is like, okay, once you're married, you're settled, your responsibility shifts to your husband. That's a long, I would say like the wrong kind of mindset what has been created. वो आपकी जिंदगी क्यों संभालेगा? आप नहीं संभाल सकते अपनी जिंदगी, right? So take charge of your life and partner. So like my husband is today taking care of my kids. So yesterday I like finished my daughter's exam. Today here, tomorrow I need to go back. So this is how you need to manage. Like it's nothing like a rocket science. Jahan like there is a will, there is a way, right? So he was my biggest critic, but he's my biggest support. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come out of that comfort zone of housewife and a wife of a business woman, like man and all, right? So just to cut it short, yes, if I can do it, so can anyone. And thank you. Yeah, this is the first visit. Yeah, from Tamil Nadu. So this is the first bold move I have taken. Khali bolne mein thodi hoga yaar, you have to show, right, to the world that you're not only in the teaching, right? What do you like preach? You walk the way, right? And thank you so much for Surya, like for positioning the story, because when she listed our story, then we felt okay. Actually, हमने bold moves लिए हैं. So it's not like कि हम भाग रहे थे, as he said, right? We never looked back कि हमने क्या किया. पीछे देखेंगे गिर जाएंगे. Like I felt that way. But when I reflected, okay, I have done so much. So let me share it to the world. So that's it, and thank you so much for the valuable time. So wishing you all success. Every one of you can create this extraordinary and even more than us. So just go with the spirit. Don't feel any challenges can hold you back. कोई challenge ऐसा नहीं बना जिसको आप तोड़ नहीं सकते हो. And valuing the other people's emotions as well. ये नहीं कि सबको तोड़ मोड़ के करके जाना है. You can take everyone along with you, right? So thank you so much, Surya, for making us feel so special. And it's looking forward for sequel books as well, which is going to inspire and motivate the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Monica, for the great energy. Next is Mr. Vijay Kumar Kurra, founder of Future Frames Audio Video Studio and recognized as the oldest and only regional language AI video expert trainer by NAS Academy. His leadership is marked by innovation and hands-on execution, especially notable in his pivotal to AI video production following a personal health crisis. Now I welcome Vijay Kumar Kurra to give his speech.
Thank you. అందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారం. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ పిడికెడు మట్టి గుప్పెడు నిండా భోజనం 4 అక్షరాలు ఇవే మన కడుపు నింపుతాయి. మనం మట్టిలో నుంచి వచ్చాము. ఎందుకు చెప్పానంటే ఆనంద గారు యువెల్ ఆనంద గారు ఒక విషయం చెప్పారు. అగ్రికల్చర్ మనం ఎన్ని సెక్టర్లో పనిచేసినా, ఎన్ని తిరిగినా, ఎన్ని ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ చేసినా మనకు అన్నం పెట్టే ఆ రైతుకి ఈ ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ని మనం అందించగలిగితేనే వచ్చినా వచ్చినా ఏదొచ్చినా కూడా ఆ రైతుకు మనం అందించలేకపోతే మన జీవితం వృధా. అలాగే మనం చదివే 4 అక్షరాలు, నేను చదువుకి ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు, అది బుక్లో కూడా చెప్పాను ఇంటర్వ్యూలో. కానీ చదువుకోవటానికి అయితే ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తాను. బుక్స్ నా ఇంట్లో దగ్గరగా ఒక 500-600 బుక్స్ ఉంటాయి. చాలా బుక్స్ చదువుతుంటాను, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కాకపోయినా. అలాగే నాకు ఇక్కడికి రావటానికి సూర్యాని పరిచయం చేసిన చంద్రమౌళి గారు మెయిన్. ఎందుకంటే రవి గారు పరిచయం అవటానికి, సూర్య పరిచయం అవటానికి ఆయన కాన్ఫరెన్సే. చక్రపాణి గారు అనుమల చక్రపాణి గారు ఆ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ పెట్టుండకపోతే నాకు సూర్య కూడా పరిచయం అయి ఉండేవి గారు కాదు. అలాగే రవి కిరణ్ కూడా. ఇన్నోవేషన్ గురించి ప్రొఫెసర్ చెప్పారు. ఏఐ వచ్చినా కూడా ఆ అయ్యవార్లు దగ్గర నుంచి మనం తెలుసుకోకపోతే ఏది కూడా మనం ఉన్నతిని సాధించలేము. ఎందుకంటే ఇన్నోవేషన్ రీఇన్వెన్షన్ కావాలంటే ఇన్నోవేషన్ థాట్స్ ఉండాలి. మన ఆలోచనలు ఎప్పుడూ కృత్రిమంగా కాకుండా సొంత మేధస్సుతో కనుక మనం పెరుగుతూ ఉంటే ఏఐ వచ్చినా కూడా నేను అదే చెప్తా, ఏఐ క్లాసులు తీసుకున్నా కూడా ఏఐ అనేది మనము పెంచుకోవటానికే కానీ దాన్ని స్టార్ చేయటానికి కాదు, మనం స్టార్ అవ్వటానికి దాన్ని ఉపయోగించుకోవాలనే చెప్తాను. ఇక ఈరోజు మనందరం ఒక గొప్ప, నేను రాతగాడిని, తీతగాడిని, కోతగాడిని. అంటే రాస్తాను, వీడియో తీస్తాను, ఎడిటింగ్ చేస్తాను, కానీ మాట్లాడలేను. సో ఈరోజు మనందరం ఒక గొప్ప సందర్భం కోసం ఇక్కడ చేరుకున్నాం. బోల్డ్ మూవ్స్ దట్ మ్యాటర్ పుస్తకావిష్కరణ. ఈ పుస్తకాన్ని రాసిన శ్రీమతి సూర్యకాంతం రావి గారికి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తూ, ఈ పుస్తకం కేవలం ఒక కథల సమాహారం మాత్రమే కాదు, అది అందరూ చెప్పారు, జీవన మార్గదర్శకం కూడా. ఈ వేడుకకు విచ్చేసి మనందరినీ ప్రోత్సహిస్తున్న గౌరవనీయులు ప్రొఫెసర్ పిఎల్ విశ్వేశ్వరరావు గారికి ప్రత్యేక కృతజ్ఞతలు. అలాగే యూబిఎల్ ఆనంద గారు గెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆనర్గా పాల్గొని ఈ సభకు మరింత గౌరవాన్ని చేకూర్చారు. రైతును మెచ్చుకొని అగ్రికల్చర్ని చేస్తూ వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ దగ్గర నుంచి అది తీసుకొని ఈ పుస్తకానికి తమ ఆలోచనలు, అనుభవాలు పంచిన కంట్రిబ్యూటర్స్ అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక అభినందనలు చెప్తూ, బాలత్రిపుర సౌందర్య గారు, శశిధర్ కొమరవోలు గారు, రఘుదత్ గారు, కౌశిక్ చిత్రపు గారు, అంగమై మోనికా గారు, రవికిరణ్, చక్రపాణి అనుమల్ గారు, రాహుల్ బక్షి గారు, ఫ్రాన్సిస్ సాంతాని గారు, మీలో ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ పాత్ర ఈ పుస్తకానికి ఎంతో విలువను పెంచిందనేది మీరు చదువుకొని చూస్తారు. ఈ వేడుకను జరుపుకుంటూ ఉన్నందుకు మనందరికీ పుస్తకం ద్వారా పాఠకులకు ఒక సందేశం తెలుస్తుంది. జీవితంలో ధైర్యమైన నిర్ణయాలు, మనం తీసుకునే బోల్డ్ మూవ్స్నే మన భవిష్యత్తు తీర్చిదిద్దుతాయి. జీవితంలో విజయం సాధించాలంటే భయపడకుండా బోల్డ్ నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకోవాలి. అదే మన భవిష్యత్తును మార్చే అసలు కీ. ఈ పుస్తకంలో రచయిత గారి స్వీయ అనుభవాలు, ఎదుర్కొన్న సవాళ్లు, వాటి నుండి నేర్చుకున్న పాఠాలు స్పష్టంగా ప్రతిబింబించాయి. ఆ అనుభవాలు సాధారణ పాఠకుడు కూడా తమ జీవితంలో అన్వయించుకునేలా ఆమె వివరించారు. ఇలాంటి బుక్ లాంచ్ ఈవెంట్స్ యువతకు 2 రకాల ప్రేరణను ఇస్తాయి. ఒకటి ప్రాక్టికల్ లెర్నింగ్, జీవితంలో ఎలాంటి నిర్ణయాలు ఎలా తీసుకోవాలో తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. మోటివేషన్, విజయం సాధించిన వ్యక్తుల నిజ జీవిత కథలు తాము కూడా సాధించగలమన్న ధైర్యాన్ని పొందుతారు. ముందు ధైర్యం కావాలి. ఈ పుస్తకాన్ని రాసిన సూర్యకాంతం రావు గారికి మరొకసారి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ఆర్థిక శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తూ అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు. మూసే ముందు బోల్డ్ మూవ్స్, నేను 3 కాలమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి దాంట్లో. రియల్గా నేను కొద్దిగా ఇవాల్వర్నే కానీ ప్లానర్ని కాదు. ఏది ప్లాన్ చేసుకోను. ప్లాన్ చేసుకుంటే అది సక్సెస్ రాదు. నేను నమ్మే సూత్రం ఏంటంటే హౌ టు ఫెయిల్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్లీ. నేను ముందు ఫెయిల్ అవ్వటం బాగా నేర్చుకుంటా. ఎన్నిసార్లు ఫెయిల్ అవ్వాలని చూస్తా, ఫెయిల్ రావాలని కోరుకుంటాను. ఆ ఫెయిల్ రెండోసారి మటుకు తీసుకోను. అందుకనే నేను సక్సెస్ తక్కువ అవుతాను, ఫెయిల్ ఎక్కువ అవుతాను. ఆ ఫెయిల్ ద్వారా ఆ విజయ సూత్రాలని నేను నా స్టూడెంట్స్కి చెప్తాను. దగ్గరగా ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్న ఆల్ శాటిలైట్ ఛానల్స్, ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ మీడియాలో ఒక 500 మందికి పైగా కెమెరామెన్లు నా శిష్యులే ఇప్పటికీ. అలాగే ఎడిటర్స్ కూడా ఒక దగ్గరగా ఒక 100 నుంచి 150 మంది ఎడిటర్స్ ఉన్నారు. నా మెంటర్, నేను తన సినిమాల నుంచి నేర్చుకొని ఒక స్నేహితుగా ఎంవి రఘు గారు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారు, నిజంగా ఆయన ప్రస్తావించుకోవాలి. నేను ఇంత సక్సెస్ అయ్యానంటే ఆయన సినిమాలు చూసి, ఆయన సినిమాల్లో ఉన్న టచెస్ అంటే మానవీయ కోణాన్ని ప్రతిస్పందించేలాగా ఆయన ఎలా తీస్తారు అని అప్పటి నుంచి ఆయన 50 సంవత్సరాలు కంప్లీట్ చేసుకున్న చరిత్రని మనందరం నేర్చుకోవాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో నేను ఆయన ప్రతి సినిమాని చూసిన. ఆయన గురించి ఎందుకు చెప్పాలంటే, ఆయన నాకు ఇట్లా వెళ్తున్నానని చెప్తే నేను వస్తాను అని చెప్పేస్తే గురువు గారిగా తీసుకురావాలి ఇక్కడికి. కళ్ళు అనే సినిమా ఎంతమంది చూశారు? కళ్ళు, ఇట్స్ ఎ గ్రేట్ మూవీ. చూడకపోతే చూడండి కళ్ళు. ఇది ఆయన దర్శకత్వం వహించి ప్రత్యేకంగా ఆయన డైరెక్షన్ చేసిన సినిమా అన్నమాట. ఈ సినిమా ఒక అవార్డు మూవీ. ఈయన్ని ఎందుకు ప్రస్తావించానంటే, మనము గురువు నుంచి నేర్చుకోవాలి. లెర్నింగ్ అనేది నిరంతర ప్రక్రియగా ఉండాలి. ఈ రోజుకి నేను వీడియోగ్రఫీ నా శిష్యుల నుంచే నేర్చుకుంటాను. నేను నేర్పిన వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచే నేర్చుకుంటాను. ఆ నిరంతర ప్రక్రియ లేకపోతే మనకు దీంట్లో అదే చెప్తుంది. అలాగే 3వ అంశం నా సక్సెస్ అంతా యాక్సిడెంటల్ రీఇన్వెన్షనే. నేనేది కోరుకొని గోల్ పెట్టుకోను, నాకు అసలు గోల్ ఉండదు. దాంట్లో చదివితే ఆశ్చర్యపోతారు, ఇంటర్మీడియట్ చదువుతూ ఆపేశాను. పర్టిక్యులర్గా చదవకూడదు అని ఖాళీ పేపర్ రాసిచ్చి, బలవంతంగా ఖాళీ పేపర్ ఇచ్చి, అంటే ఫెయిల్ అవ్వాలి, మళ్ళీ రాస్తే సక్సెస్ గబిక్కినప్పుడు పాస్ చేస్తాడేమోనని ఖాళీ పేపర్ ఇచ్చి వచ్చాను. అది కూడా నేను చదివేంటో తెలుసండి, అగ్రికల్చర్ ఇంటర్. ఎందుకు చెప్పారంటే మీరు నేను అగ్రికల్చర్ ఇంటర్ చదివాను. ఏదో వ్యవసాయం చేసేద్దామని చెప్పి చదివితే అది డిగ్రీకి పనికి రాకుండా పోయి, వద్దు నాకు ఇష్టమైన ఫిజిక్స్ దాంట్లో లేకపోవడంతో ఈ చదువు వద్దు అని చెప్పి టీవీ ట్రైనింగ్, అక్కడి నుంచి వీడియోగ్రఫీ అన్నీ వచ్చి వ్యవసాయం చేస్తూ అన్నీ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు ఆనంద గారికి నేను ఇచ్చే ఆమె చెప్పిన దాన్ని బట్టి విశాఖపట్నాన్ని 33 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత వదిలి అప్పికట్ల మా ఊరు వెళ్ళి అగ్రికల్చర్ రైతులకి ఏఐతో వ్యవసాయాన్ని ఎలా చేయొచ్చో నేర్పుతూ పోతున్నాను. ఇది నేను తీసుకున్న ఏఐ స్టెప్ అన్నమాట. అలాగే రూరల్ జర్నలిస్టులకి ఏఐ పాత్ర ఇన్ రూరల్ జర్నలిజం అనే దాని మీద ఆల్రెడీ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ తిరిగి వాళ్ళని కొద్దిగా చైతన్యపరుస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ సూర్య, ఈ బుక్లో నాకు కూడా అవకాశం కల్పించినందుకు. నాకు అంత ఇది లేకపోయినా కూడా మీరు ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేసి కల్పించినందుకు ప్రత్యేక కృతజ్ఞతలు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you all.
Vijay Garu. That was very inspiring. Now introducing Mr. Ravi, founder of Digital ABCD, from software engineer to pioneering regional language content creator and digital entrepreneur. He focuses on skill development and mentoring future generations, demonstrating how creative restlessness and passion can transform traditional career paths. Now I invite Ravi to give his words.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Anna. So it's a great honor to share stage with you. So generally I am YouTuber. I speak in front of camera, but stage మీద ఫస్ట్ టైం అనమాట. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సూర్యకాంతం గారు ఫర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ దిస్ ఆపర్చునిటీ. జనరల్లీ మీరు బుక్ కోసం రీచ్ అయినప్పుడు ఐ థింక్ ఇట్స్ లాంగ్ బ్యాక్, ఐ ఫీల్ దట్ ఓకే, అంటే జనరల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకుంటున్నారు కానీ ఇట్స్ నాట్ సీరియస్ అనుకోలేదు. బట్ యూ డిడ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్. So it's great opportunity to list in book. So coming to myself, actually I reinvented my career lot of times. So especially I worked as software engineer for 8 years, and later I quit that job and started a couple of startups. But startups చేసినప్పుడు I failed in those startups. So then I realized that okay, I'm not suitable to business or something. Then I used to share those startup failure stories in my blog. Those blog became hit. సో ఆ బ్లాగ్ ల్యాక్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ చదివేవాళ్ళు. సో అలా నాలో ఒక రైటర్ ఉన్నాడు, స్టోరీ టెల్లర్ ఉన్నారు అనేది అప్పుడు నాకు తెలిసింది. సో అప్పుడు నేను అక్కడి నుంచి బ్లాగ్స్, యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్స్ అనే ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్కి వచ్చి సో యూజ్ టు టీచ్ పీపుల్. నాకున్న ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అంటే ఈ బ్లాగ్స్, యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్స్, డిజిటల్ మార్కెటింగ్, సో ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది షేర్ చేసుకోవడం స్టార్ట్ చేశాం. సో అయితే ఈ ప్రాసెస్లో నేను ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఒక 1000 పీపుల్ని కన్సల్ట్ చేసి ఉంటాను. అంటే డిఫరెంట్ డొమైన్స్, యంగ్ పీపుల్ దగ్గర నుంచి 70 ఏజ్ గ్రూప్ వరకు ఉంటారు. అంటే మా యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ చూసి కన్సల్టింగ్ వస్తారు. అంటే స్టార్టప్ చేయాలి, మార్కెటింగ్ చేయాలి, లేదా నేను ఏదైనా కంటెంట్ క్రియేషన్ చేయాలి అని. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇండియాలో ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి అంటే చాలామంది కెరియర్ రీఇన్వెంట్ చేసుకోవడానికి కానీ కొత్త కెరియర్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి భయపడతారు. ఎందుకంటే మన ఫ్యామిలీస్ నుంచి సపోర్ట్ ఉండదు. ఇప్పుడు ఓకే కొద్దిగా చేంజ్ వస్తుంది కానీ సో ఒక 10 years బ్యాక్, 15 years బ్యాక్ అయితే సపోర్ట్ చాలా హార్డ్గా ఉండేది. అండ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఏంటి అంటే 40s తర్వాత, 60s తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి భయం ఉంటుంది టు రీఇన్వెంట్ దేర్ కెరియర్స్. ఇంతకుముందు అయితే ఆపర్చునిటీస్ లేవు, కానీ ప్రజెంట్ ఇప్పుడున్న ఈ డిజిటల్ ఫీల్డ్ కానీ ఏఐ ద్వారా వీ హ్యావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్. సో మనం అవి యూజ్ చేసుకొని కెరియర్ రీఇన్వెన్షన్ అనేది పెద్ద విషయం కాదు ఈరోజు. కానీ దానికి సపోర్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే మనకి ఇలాంటి బుక్స్ కానీ, ఆథర్స్ కానీ, ఇలాంటి పీపుల్ యొక్క ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అందుకే ఈరోజు మనం ఓపెన్ చేస్తే ఎక్కడైనా సరే ఛానల్స్లో కానీ ఒకప్పుడు కేవలం సెలబ్రిటీస్ గురించే చెప్పేవాళ్ళు, కానీ ఈరోజు మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే స్టార్టప్స్ గురించి చేసేవాళ్ళు, అగ్రికల్చర్ రిలేటెడ్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, కాంటెంట్ క్రియేటర్స్ ఈరోజు వాళ్ళు స్టార్స్ అవుతున్నారు. సో ఒక ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ పేజ్ ద్వారానో లేదా ఒక యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ ద్వారానో మారుమూర పల్లెటూరులో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు కూడా దే ఆర్ బికమింగ్ పాపులర్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ హోప్ టు అదర్ పీపుల్. సో అది ఈరోజు పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది. సో ఈ హాల్లో చాలా డిఫరెంట్ ఏజ్ గ్రూప్స్ ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి మీరు మీ కెరియర్ రీఇన్వెంట్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే కనుక భయపడాల్సిన అవసరం అయితే లేదు. ఈరోజు ఉన్న టెక్నాలజీని సరిగ్గా వాడుకుంటే. సో అది వాడుకోవడం పెద్ద విషయం కూడా కాదు. సో ఇప్పుడు విజయ్ గారు లాంటి వాళ్ళు చాలా మంచి ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఎందుకంటే విజయ్ గారు ఎప్పుడు అంటారు నేను 60+ ఓల్డ్ అయిపోయాను అంటుంటారు, కానీ హీఈస్ వెరీ యంగ్ ఎట్ హార్ట్. ఎందుకంటే తను ఎప్పుడు కూడా కంటిన్యూస్ లెర్నింగ్, అంటే ఏ నేర్చుకోవాలి, ఇంకొకరికి నేర్పాలి, ఈ ప్యాషనేట్గా అంటే నాతో షేర్ చేస్తుంటారు. సో ప్యాషనేట్గా నేర్చుకొని నేర్పించాలన్న తపన. సో ఆ లెర్నింగ్ అనేదే మనల్ని డ్రైవ్ చేస్తుంది. సో అది అందరికీ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇట్లాంటి బుక్స్ అది ఒక హోప్ ఇస్తుంది. సో నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్స్ అగైన్ ఫర్ ఆపర్చునిటీ.
Thank you so much, Ravi, for your great thought-provoking words. Now introducing Mr. Chakrapani Anmula, founder of Aidan SEO. From web designer to industry pioneer, he has created new markets through his expertise in growth marketing, SEO, and business scaling. Mr. Anmula is a visionary who drives innovation, mentors teams, and builds impactful digital ecosystems. Now I invite Chakrapani to give his words.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the opportunity, first of all. So, I don't talk about much digital marketing subject గురించి మాట్లాడను. So, when we talk bold moves that matters అంటే నేను ధైర్య సాహస లక్ష్మి అన్నట్లు. సో నేను లైక్ నా స్టడీస్ అయిపోయాక ఐ గాట్ ఏ జాబ్ లైక్ ఇన్ చెన్నై అనమాట. సో ఐ యూస్ టు వర్క్ ఇన్ చెన్నై. అప్పుడు దెన్ ఐ వాజ్ ఇన్ థాట్ లైక్ so I want to do some it's not about just graduation MCom or BCom, it's not like I want to do some financial. There I got opportunity to do like NCF, might be heard about the share market. I used to sell the shares on equities and on roads. That is my first job in Chennai. Then I moved into Hyderabad. అప్పుడు చెన్నైలో నేను వెళ్ళి మాకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఉండేవాళ్ళు అక్కడ తాంబ్రాలో. సో అక్కడ ఏదో ఒకటి జాబ్ చేయాలి, స్టడీస్ ఖాళీగా ఉండడం ఎందుకు అన్నట్లు. సో వెన్ న్యాచురల్ దేర్ ఐ గాట్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ టు ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ స్పెషలైజేషన్ ఇన్ ఫైనాన్స్. అప్పుడు నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిందంటే సో బేసిక్గా నేను కొంచెం పర్సనాలిటీ అంటే ఇట్స్ అ డిఎన్ఏ. సో నువ్వు చెన్నైలో ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ 1 year ఉన్నాను. ఇంటికి వచ్చినప్పుడల్లా ఇంకా చెన్నై అయిపోతున్నావు వద్దు ఇంకా వద్దు వచ్చేసి. సో దట్ ఇస్ అ మూవీ. దెన్ అంటే మూవీలో లాగా నేను ఎప్పుడు ట్రావెలర్గా ఇప్పుడు ఆలోచిస్తున్నాను. అప్పుడు ఒక ట్రావెలర్గా ఒక డెస్టినేషన్ పెట్టుకుని ఆ గోల్కి వెళ్ళాలి అనేసి దాన్ని ప్లాన్ చేసుకుని వెళ్ళే ఆలోచన ఉండదు నాకు. నేను వెళ్తున్న దారిలో ఏది వస్తే ఆ ఆపర్చునిటీని గ్యాప్ సెట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోవడం అనేది నాకు అప్పుడు అలా తెలిసింది. అఫ్కోర్స్ later I got opportunity to work as a SEO team leader. I got opportunity to work in a Chicago based company. There appude నాకు స్టార్ట్అప్స్ మీద I want to do something. So నేను when I'm trying to help the businesses through SEO, Google search ఉదార్ there న్యాచురల్గా జాబ్ చేస్తూ obviously will be thinking about that. I want to start my own career. I want to help the SMEs. I want to help the businesses to get in online అనే థాట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు. So then I told my, after it's almost 2013 around, I told to my HR I'm going to resign the job. So like a 2 months postponed chesaru oka fine. Then my CEO called me anamata. Chakri, the reason I want to tell you, do you want to be a good entrepreneur, do you want to be a good employee? Decide. So నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. ఇంట్లో చెప్తే డెఫినెట్గా ఒప్పుకోరు, ఎందుకంటే జాబ్లో మంత్లీ ఆబ్వియస్లీ ద వే ఆఫ్ థింకింగ్ అలాగే ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇన్ ది సేమ్ వే ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ప్యాషనెట్. ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ సంథింగ్ స్మాల్ ఫ్రీలాన్స్ వర్క్స్ యాక్టివిటీస్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను. బట్ ప్రాక్టికల్ అగైన్ ఆఫ్టర్ 1 or 2 months when I know there is a one more guy, if you want to do జాబ్, నువ్వు మళ్ళీ అక్కడ జాబ్ చేస్తూ ఇక్కడ ఇది చేస్తూ ఏదో ఒకటి డిసైడ్ చేయాలి. దెన్ ఐ డిసైడెడ్ అక్కడే బోల్డ్ మూవ్ అనే థాట్. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ టు క్విట్ మై జాబ్, ఐ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ జర్నీ. దట్స్ వేర్ రియలీ ఐ స్టార్టెడ్ ద సేమ్. నేను వెరీ ఫస్ట్ చెన్నైలో ఎలా నాకు వస్తున్న జర్నీలో ఏది వస్తుంటే అది యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తూ వెళ్ళాను. ఎందుకంటే ఒక ప్లాన్గా పెట్టుకుంటూ డాక్యుమెంటేషన్ పెట్టుకుంటూ వెళ్ళే థాట్లో నేను అప్పుడు లేనమాట. బికాజ్ ఎకో సిస్టమ్ ద నెట్వర్క్, సో అప్పుడంత డెవలప్మెంట్ లేదు. ఓన్లీ థింగ్ వచ్చేసి ప్యాషన్ వచ్చేసి నా పర్పస్ క్లారిటీ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ సంథింగ్. డెఫినెట్గా నేచరే మనకు ఆ రోడ్ మ్యాప్ ఇస్తుందన్న. ఈరోజు టుడే నేను ఒక లైక్ మైండెడ్ పీపుల్ని కలిసేసి ఈవెన్ నా జర్నీలో కూడా సో చాలామంది నాకు నేను వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు నేను ఏది ప్లాన్డ్గా వెళ్ళి వీళ్ళని కలవాలను, నేను వెళ్తున్న దారిలోనే వాళ్ళు కలిసి వచ్చారు లైక్ మైండెడ్ పీపుల్. సో నేచరే నాకు ఇస్తుంది. సో ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే మనం ధైర్యం చేయాలి, ధైర్యం చేసి నువ్వు చేస్తున్న పర్పస్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ వాంటెడ్, ఆ పర్పస్ మీద క్లారిటీ ఉంది అంటే నువ్వు ధైర్యం చేసి ముందుకు వెళ్తే నీ నేచరే నీకు కావాల్సినవన్నీ సదుపాయిస్తుంది అనేది నేను నమ్ముతాను. సో దట్స్ వేర్ ఐ వాంట్ టేక్ బోల్డ్ మూవ్స్ దట్ మ్యాటర్ అనేది నాకు చాలా కనెక్ట్ అయింది. అండ్ ఒక చిన్న సింగిల్ 1 minute నేను ఒక చిన్న స్టోరీ చెప్పేసి, బికాజ్ ఈ ప్రాసెస్లో ఐ యూస్ టు రీడ్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ది బుక్స్. ఒకటి నేను చదివాను, మనము మడ్ బి హౌ మెనీ పీపుల్ నో గోదావరి, రివర్ ఆఫ్ గోదావరి. సో అక్కడ ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే, నేను ఇలాగే ఆల్వేస్ ఐ యూస్ టు థింక్ ఎందుకు అనవసరం జాబ్ క్విట్ చేశానా, సో ఇలా ఆలోచించుకుంటూ ఉన్నా. దెన్ దెర్ ఈజ్ ఏ సో మనము పడవలో యాజ్ ఏ సోలో ఫౌండర్, ఎస్పెషల్లీ సోలో జర్నీ చేయడము, ఒక సింగిల్ ఫౌండర్ సోలో ఫౌండర్ జర్నీ చేయడం ఇట్స్ ఎ వెరీ టఫ్. సో బట్ నో, మనము పడవ స్టార్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం డ్రైవ్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు తాడు వచ్చి ఎవరు కడతారు. బట్ వెరీ ఫస్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ప్యాసింజర్స్, మన ఫోకస్ ఏంటి, ప్యాసింజర్స్ని ఒడ్డుకు చేర్చాలి. వీ వాంట్ టు మేక్ టు ష్యూర్. నువ్వు నిజంగా ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నట్టే నిజంగా డ్రైవ్ చేస్తాడా, లేకపోతే మధ్యలో ఏదైనా వాటర్లో వెళ్తున్నా. సో అది ఉంటుంది కస్టమర్స్కి. సో అప్పుడు ఏంటంటే నువ్వు చేయాలి, నువ్వు వాళ్ళని ప్యాసింజర్స్ని అక్కడికి ఒడ్డుకు చేర్చాలి ఎలాగైనా సరే. వీ వాంట్ టు మేక్ కంఫర్టబుల్ టు యువర్ కస్టమర్స్ అన్నప్పుడు, సో నీకు నేచర్ అన్నప్పుడు పక్కన ఎవరు వచ్చేసి తాడు పర్లేదు నేను నీకు తాడు కడతాను. సో దెన్ దెర్ ఇస్ వన్ గై వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు అలలు వస్తాయి. అలలు వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏంటంటే అక్కడ రిస్క్ అనమాట. మరి నేను అలలు వచ్చినప్పుడు వన్స్ మీరు అల దాటి పక్కకి వెళ్ళిపోతే దెన్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ ఫైన్. అక్కడే బ్రిడ్జ్ గ్రాప్ చేయడం అనేది ఎర్లీ స్టేజ్లో చాలా మందికి ఉంటుంది. సో అక్కడ వస్తున్నప్పుడు ఇంకొక ఆల్రెడీ ముందు మనకన్నా సీనియర్ వచ్చేసి ఒక ఫైన్, సో ఆల్రెడీ తనకు ఒడ్డుకు చేర్చడం అలవాటు కాబట్టి హీ కమెంట్ హెల్ప్ అనమాట. బై ది సేమ్ వే ఒడ్డుకి వెళ్ళాక దెర్ ఇస్ అ వన్ మోర్ గై. సో ఈ 5 people ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ ఆల్ 4 founders ఆర్ 4 people, ఇట్స్ అ టీమ్. అంటే సోలో అనే థాట్ ఉండదు. మనం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే మనకు కావాల్సిన వాళ్ళందరూ ఆబ్వియస్లీ టీమ్గా బిల్డ్ అవుతుంది. వీ కెన్ మేక్ ఇట్, వీ కెన్ షూర్ టు గోల్కి రీచ్ కావచ్చు అనేది నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేశాను. దెన్ దట్స్ వై ఐ స్టార్టెడ్. సో టుడే ఐఎమ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. సో థ్యాంక్స్ మ్యామ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ravi Kiran, for your great inspirational words. Next, we want to honor Mr. Rahul Bakshi and Mr. Francis Anthony, who could not make it to the event because of their pre-planned schedule. Mr. Rahul Bakshi is the key person behind knowledge.in. Mr. Bakshi is an international career leadership and talent development consultant. He is passionate about people-first training and creating human-centered solutions that empower professionals and foster authentic organizational growth across culture. Next, Mr. Francis Anthony is a senior level IT professional known for weaving seemingly unrelated elements into strategic frameworks that propel organizations forward. His cross-functional expertise enables him to create integrated solutions that capture the full business landscape. Together, these extraordinary contributors bring a wealth of knowledge, experience, and inspiration that enrich bold moves that matter. Their stories and insights illuminate the many paths to bold, meaningful transformation. Now I would like to hand over the stage to Swati. Swati is a coach and facilitator dedicated to helping people unlocking their highest authentic selves. Through her coaching and experiences, she empowers individuals to build confidence, resilience, and financial as well as their time freedom. Her vision is to create a world of authenticity, balance, and abundance. Now, I would like to Swati.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh, for this wonderful introduction. So now, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of this memorable event, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone who contributed to making this book launch a grand success. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude to Professor P.L. Visveshwar Rao, our chief guest, for honoring us with his presence and sharing his valuable insights. Your distinguished career and commitment to education inspire us all deeply. We are equally grateful to our guest of honor, Mrs. UVL Ananda, whose multifaceted talents and literary contributions add a unique richness to today's occasion. Your encouragement and support mean a great deal to all of us. A warm thanks to all the contributors of Bold Moves That Matter. Your dedication, expertise, and bold stories are the very essence of this book's power and purpose. Your work will undoubtedly inspire many to embrace transformation with courage and clarity. Thank you to the organizing team and everyone behind the scenes who have worked tirelessly to bring this event to life so seamlessly. Last but not the least, a big thank you to our esteemed guests and audience for joining us and for your enthusiastic participation throughout. Your presence truly elevates this celebration. Let us carry forward the bold moves inspired today as we embark on our own journeys of meaningful change. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. And now I would like to hand over the stage to Mr. Suryakantam Ravi.
Thank you, Swati. So last but not the least, I'm very grateful to the Hyderabad Toastmasters Club, the anchors, Mr. Rakesh and Mr. Swati. They have volunteered and given their precious time here. So actually, I approached the Hyderabad Toastmasters, Mr. Yugandhar. I would like Mr. Yugandhar, if he's here, to stand up and so that we know that he's here. Right? Thank you. So that's Mr. Yugandhar. He's a Toastmaster from Toastmaster Hyderabad Club, who actually facilitated this. Thank you very much, Mr. Yugandhar. He facilitated and he connected me to Rakesh and Swati. They in turn have, pulled in 3 more volunteers to manage this event. Miss Parveen, Miss Parveen, where are you? You are Parveen. Okay, sorry. I'm very bad at faces. And then Sri Lekha, yeah, and Alekhya. Where is Alekhya? Okay, thank you very much. And I have not forgotten Rahul Bakshi or Francis Anthony. Francis Anthony was also, in a way, my senior at Cordis Software when I was working over there. His journey also was very equally, very inspiring. I did speak to him and I got his approval to publish his story, but somehow, for some reason, I'm unable to contact him recently. And that is the only regret I have, that I have not been able to contact him. And Mr. Rahul Bakshi, I have spoken to him even last night also. He was unable to attend this event. He resides in Delhi. I met him when I was working with the United Nations in Kabul, Afghanistan, during the last 5 years. Especially, I met him in December last year. And that's how we made the connection. I'm especially grateful to all of you, my family members, my brother who is here, my cousins, my, my colleagues, some of my past colleagues like Sarada, PGSV, Shekhar. Please stand up, Shekhar and Sarada. Thank you very much for coming here and, motivating me through your presence here. And many others, Sahiti, yes, I don't know all the names of the people that have come through you, Raghu, but I don't remember, I'm really sorry. But the lady here, the beautiful lady here, I know that she's also, Raghu has brought her here. And Nivya Paidipalli, she's from, Incubes, OTT platform, the first of its kind in the world, right? She's the co-founder of, along with Kaushik Chitrapu. So I'm sorry I couldn't cover your story, maybe sometime in the future, probably, right? And Mr. Venkatramana Kaza, my very first customer, whom I literally pulled him here, typically, I've always been in touch with him. And the journalist friends, I'm sorry I don't know all your names, but especially thanks to Mr. Khalid from Times of India, who has come here and who has helped me to actually connect with other journalists. Mr. Khalid, if you're here, please stand up so that the audience may see you. Okay, he's not here, fine. He arrived, but I think he's busy with something else. But thanks to all the journalists, the videographer here, the caterer, Mrs. Sharmila, thank you very much. And everyone else. And I continue to be in contact with you. Please, you can reach out to me and also to the story contributors, the professor and UVL Ananda Garu. If you have any time, any questions, any doubts, I'm not guaranteeing or saying that, they are the beacons of hope, but I'm not saying that they will be able to definitely show you every path or everywhere that they can actually guide you. But definitely they can guide you at a very higher level and connect you to the right people probably, and probably give you the right advice. And you could actually trust them because they are the real people like us. They are not celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan. Like Monica said, don't wait for Shah Rukh Khan. So these are our Shah Rukh Khans and Kajols or whatever, if you want to think about them. Yeah, we are ourselves. Yeah, we are ourselves. So they are very much approachable. You can approach them anytime. Of course, check for their schedule. When I'm saying anytime, it means that they're actually approachable, but I'm not talking about their calendars as such, right? Do check with their calendars and please feel free. And Mr. Raghu Garu, please come here, sir, because people want to see you. I think Mr. Vijay Garu will be able to actually introduce him better. Cheppandi.
Suryakantam, mana Gondamma Suryakantam, మీకు తెలుసు కదా Gondamma Suryakantam. No. ఈ పేరు వినగానే నేను ఆయన రిక్వెస్ట్ చేశాను, నేను వస్తాను ఈ సూర్యకాంతం గారిని కలవాలి, ఈ జనరేషన్ సూర్యకాంతం గారిని. ఎందుకంటే నా లైఫ్లో ఒక నోస్టాలజీ ఏంటంటే ఆ గుండమ్మ గారి సూర్యకాంతం గారిని అమెరికా తీసుకెళ్ళి చికాగో సెంటర్లో బజ్జీలు అమ్మించాం అమెరికాలోడి సినిమాకి. అండ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు సార్, గ్రేట్ ఆఫ్ యూ సార్. Now presently I am a dean of a film institute, big film institute, but I learned from you that how to speak, how to impress through your wonderful, fantastic. Thank you very much.
నా చేత బజ్జీలు అయితే అమ్మించారు కదా మళ్ళీ.
We are all going back with hope. All the young people, men and women who are here will make bold moves in your life to fulfill your dreams and ambitions. And for senior citizens, life does not end at 60, life begins at 60. I hope at 60 we make bold moves. Yeah, that is the spirit of this book launch. And I think all of you should, think boldly, dream boldly, and I'm sure we'll achieve, whatever we want to achieve. Hoping that God bless all of us with bold moves in life. Yeah.
So, once again, everyone, if we can take a picture, if you're comfortable with that, please come here. Maybe we could take one big group picture and then followed by the contributors and the guests separately. Yeah, probably. How? Okay. It appears that, we all can stay here on the stage and others can the guests please come here. That way will be covered.